What is going on, guys? Welcome back to NLX. My name is Jake, and today I want to talk to you guys about Hogwarts Legacy. Now, this game was leaked back in 2018. This footage here didn't tell us a ton, but it led to some pretty rampant speculation. Flash forward to 2020, and we finally got a reveal trailer at the last PlayStation event. This trailer showed us a lot more, but one question that still remains is how will the house you choose impact your time with the game? Well, today I want to talk about each house at Hogwarts and how the house you choose could change the way you play. Since we know that Hogwarts Legacy is a full-blown open-world action RPG, I think that chances are good that the houses of Hogwarts will take the place of a traditional RPG class system. Let's start with Gryffindor. Being that Harry Potter and Dumbledore both come from this house, it's easy to see why it's a fan favorite. But how will choosing this house impact your playthrough of the game? Well, Gryffindors are said to be courageous, daring, and chivalrous. If I were to liken those traits to another RPG archetype, it would be a warrior. I could see Gryffindors having increased health and stamina. That could mean that while they might not have the most powerful spells compared to some of the other houses, they may be able to take more damage and have increased spell usage. It's tough to say without more details from the devs, but I wouldn't be surprised if Gryffindor is the house that's the most equally balanced across the board. And that makes sense because a large percentage of people who are going to play this game are going to choose Gryffindor. And if the playstyle wasn't balanced, it might be off-putting to some players. Next, let's talk about Hufflepuff. This house is known to be dedicated, honest, and loyal. You might notice that these traits seem a bit similar to those of Gryffindor, and that might be the reason that the two houses have always had a strong friendship. But unfortunately for Hufflepuff, they rarely get the attention that Gryffindor does. They are often seen in a supporting role. That being the case, I could see Hufflepuff being good healers in-game. They may not be as brave or as strong as Gryffindor, but they might be a little more resilient. I'm willing to bet that players who choose Hufflepuff will have an increased selection of self-heals. Think a paladin or something of that nature. It is also worth noting that Newt Scamander from the Fantastic Beasts movie was a Hufflepuff. It isn't much of a stretch to think that the devs might give Hufflepuff an advantage to taming beasts, since we know that that's a feature confirmed to be in the game. So, if Hufflepuffs are healers and beast tamers, I could see Ravenclaws being heavy damage dealers. Ravenclaws are said to be extremely intelligent, creative, and have a strong sense of individuality. In my opinion, this makes them one of the strongest houses in the game. While doing research for this video, I found multiple mentions of Ravenclaw's intelligence and creativity having effects on their spell work. Although everyone in this game will be using magic, I believe that Ravenclaws might be the glass cannon mage class of the game. They may be able to deal large amounts of damage, but they might not have as much defense as other houses. Also, their increased intelligence may have an impact in certain classroom scenarios. For example, maybe if you're in Ravenclaw, you could answer questions differently and receive rewards such as items from teachers in-game, or maybe even have different dialogue options with other NPCs. Last but certainly not least, we have Slytherin. I believe the dark nature of this house will not be ignored by the devs. That's not to say that all Slytherins will be bad or evil, because we know the game will have a morality system, but they certainly do have a bit of an edge to them. Slytherins are said to be ambitious, cunning, and resourceful. This being the case, I could see Slytherins being the most similar to a rogue class. As a Slytherin, you may have increased options to be sneaky, possibly using invisibility spells or potions. It may also be possible that Slytherins are capable of dealing poison damage, since the symbol of their house is a serpent. Similarly, I could see Slytherins having some really interesting conversation options due to their increased cunning and ambition. It's going to be really interesting to see how the devs treat this house due to their dark nature, but I really hope they emphasize the fact that not all Slytherins are evil, and there could be some really good world building there. Maybe allowing you to clash with the evil ideas of some of your classmates, or agree with them. And that's about it, guys. These are just a few ideas about how the house you choose could impact gameplay in Hogwarts Legacy. We haven't even talked about the fact that you'll most likely have different common rooms, as well as NPCs depending on the house you choose. I really can't wait to see how they go about making each house feel different. This could also really add to the replayability, since choosing a different house can change so many aspects of the game. But these are just some of the ideas that I've been able to come up with. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and which house you're thinking about choosing. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like. And if you'd like to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to have a ton more Hogwarts Legacy content coming out in the near future. But as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and praise the games.